Hey guys, my name is Liz and today I will show you Crimea. Crimea is a peninsula on the northern coast of the Black Sea in Eastern Europe that is almost completely surrounded by both the Black Sea and the smaller Sea of Azov to the northeast. It is located south of the Ukrainian region of Kherson and west of the Russian region of Kuban. There are a lot of interesting, beautiful and fascinating sights on this peninsula. The endless blue sea and mountain peaks from which magnificent and breathtaking panoramas open, and medieval castles, ancient fortresses whose history goes back to the distant past. In the Crimea, there are 1657 rivers and temporary streams with a total length of 5,996 kilometers. The most interesting and beautiful sights in Crimea are the Swallow's Nest, which is a decorative castle located in Gaspra, is a small town between Yalta and Alupka in the Crimean Peninsula. It was built between 1911 and 1912 on top of the 40-meter high Aurora cliff in a neo-Gothic design by the Russian architect Leonid Sherwood for the Baltic German businessman Baron von Stengel. The castle overlooks the Cape of Aito on the Black Sea coast and is located near the remains of the Roman castrum of Carax. The Vorontsov Palace is an historic palace situated at the foot of the Crimean Mountains near the town of Alupka in Crimea. The Vorontsov Palace is one of the oldest and largest palaces in Crimea and is one of the most popular tourist attractions on Crimea's southern coast. The palace was built between 1828 and 1848 for Russian Prince Michael Vorontsov for use as his personal summer residence at a cost of 9 million silver rubles. Livadia Palace was a summer retreat of the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas II, and his family in Livadia, Crimea. The Yalta Conference was held there in 1945, when the palace housed the apartments of Franklin Roosevelt and other members of the American delegation. The Russian delegation was housed in the Yusupov Palace and the British in the Vorontsov Palace, some 5 miles distant. Today, the palace houses a museum, but it is sometimes used for international summits. The Valley of Kosts is a valley located in the Crimea, made up of naturally shaped rocks on the southern Dmitry mountain, located near Alushta city. The stone shapes resemble statues of humans, animals, creatures from fairy tales, pyramids and various mystery objects. The characteristics and forms of the rocks are also subject to the time of day, lighting and atmospheric conditions, such as the characteristic thick fog of the region. It is a unique and natural monument of national significance. Since the reign of Catherine the Great in the 18th century, the Crimean Peninsula belonged to Russia. In 1954, Nikita Khrushchev, with the Soviet leadership, decided to transfer Crimea to the Ukrainian SSR in violation of the UN Charter, not only without the will of the people, but also in violation of laws of the Union, citing the decision of territorial proximity, common economy of the Ukrainian SSR and the Crimea region. On 12 November 1990, the special session of the Crimean Regional Council of People's Deputies decided to hold a referendum on 20 January 1991. On 20 January 1991, the question was put to referendum in Crimea. Do you support the reconstruction of the Crimean Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic as subject of USSR and participant of Allied Agreement? 1,777,841 Crimeans had the right to vote. 81.3% of Crimeans attended the referendum. 93.26% supported this decision. After the collapse of the USSR in 1991, Crimea remained in Ukraine, gaining autonomy with the right to have its own constitution and president. International contradictions, which coincided with the serious political tensions between Ukraine and the Russian Federation in 2013, split the society. On March 18, an important holiday is celebrated in our country, the day of the reunification of the Crimea with Russia. It was on this day in 2014 that Crimea officially joined the Russian Federation again. The return of these territories to Russia was fixed by an interstate agreement signed on March 18, 2014 at the St. George Hall of the Grand Kremlin Palace in Moscow by the heads of Russia and the Republic of Crimea. In fact, 96 and 77% of people supported the autonomy of Crimea. The decision itself was made in a peaceful and calm manner. Crimea really is a unique place to visit. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give a big thumbs up and share this video.